Greetings, divine souls. I greet in the name of our Father, Mother, God, plus all the divine light kingdom. For all the words that you're going to listen to, in case they don't resonate with your heart, I ask you to discard them or use them to jumpstart the truth that is within your being. Today's reading is from the Arcturian group, and these planets are fathered by Arcturus, whom we call Jaja Osalongo Dungu Amangwi, the Baganda community. Among the Baganda community is in charge of hunting spiritually in many ways. So he's the father of this Arcturian group, which we call Sengendo Ezobadungu Amangwi, the Baganda community. The reading goes like this. Greetings. Welcome, dear readers. Things on earth are changing quickly and will never return to exactly how they were, even as many continue waiting patiently for this to happen. The outer is always a reflection of the inner, and because collective consciousness has shifted and continues to shift in so many new ways, its outer expression cannot help but be different from the past. The old days and ways appear to be working just fine for most people. And the reason there continues to be so much nostalgia for earlier times, but things only appeared that way because the majority remained completely unaware of the negative and the dark activities alive and well taking place behind the scene all over the globe. The world seems for the most part harmonious and happy, and the majority believe it because they were taught that things were just as they were meant to be by those in position of authority. For the most part, in the past, before the internet, the majority never heard about hundreds dying of starvation somewhere, or about those with curable diseases dying because they were unable to afford the doctor, or about the cruelties constantly being imposed on large populations of society simply because of their skin was not the right color. In general, most were aware of the hundreds of the dark and sinister activities taking place right under their nose, and often with full awareness of those in position of power. The high resonating energy present penetrating Earth are forcing many hidden agendas to come to light, and the majority is finally interested in hearing about them. It seems as if everything is getting worse, but it is not getting worse. It is simply that people are finally becoming aware of the scope of the treasures of these activities that have reached out and affected everything and everyone, and over time, ever resulting in laws and societal norms justifying them. Inordinate apathism is false and damaging and highly reflective of separation consciousness. The world has reached a point at which it must begin to recognize that every person, not just those of my country, are expression of God. Free will entities, every person to their own beliefs, but to force one's person belief on the other, especially in the name of God, is the self-righteous activity of ego that that my beliefs are the only right beliefs. Separation consciousness at its finest. Those who continue looking to others to make choices for them are going to get wake-up calls, experiences that force them to think for themselves and stop relying on the beliefs of the rich and the famous, politicians, religious leaders, doctors and lawyers, CEOs, many who have come to believe in their own self-impotency to the point that their way is the only right way, without regard to the ideas, opinions, questions, and concerns of others. This is what ascension and realization of one is all about, and is the reason behind the world's present state of chaos. The world's collective consciousness is gradually opening to oneness due to the work of you who came especially to do this through the awareness of your evolved state of consciousness. Change the world over is meeting with a great deal of resistance because many do not want change. The old ways served some very well, and any changes would mean that there are nefarious schemes and ways of providing an abundance for them at the expense of others would disappear. Others are just plain tired and ignorantly believe that everything would be fine if things just went back to the way they were. A consciousness of oneness is quiet and gentle and does not mean that there will always be out activity. Most of you have already attained this state of consciousness, and you wouldn't be reading or even understanding these messages. Simple concepts, compassion, and giving of credency for those considered by three-dimension standards are being less than automatically reflected as consciousness of one. Oneness energies are breaking through the heavy curtain of separation that surrounded us for eons. People are shifting from do-gooders activities where they see themselves as being above and separate from those they are do they are do doing they are do gooding for, in a sense of serving their brothers and sisters. We do not judge do gooding, no, because it is the first step leading to a deeper sense of oneness. Service in and of itself is quickly changing as consciousness opens to a higher level of service in which the one serving is beginning to see into the soul of those he is serving. It cannot be otherwise because the three-dimensional energy grid of separation is breaking apart, having only the belief in it supporting, maintaining, and sustaining it. There are some who hold a consciousness of entitlement and victimhood, and rather than thinking and doing for themselves as best they can, they simply look for others to do everything for them. Be aware of this, trusting your own intuition to guide you as to who and what is real, needed rather than just wanted. Chaos reigns at this time. The old does not wish to leave behind uh, that which they are comfortable with because it has become their security, sense of empowerment, and even self-esteem, not yet aware who they really are. It allows them to feel better than others. Nothing is random. Know that three-dimension minds are not running the show, even though they think they are. If you doubt that you are the one of, if you doubt that you are one, that you are one of the awakened ones we speak of, look back look back on your life and recognize that you have never fully resonated much of what constituted the three-dimension belief systems. Many of you tried very hard to fit in, often engaging in activities and following three-dimension protocols that really did not resonate with you, simply in order to be accepted by family, friends, especially during the teenage years. You were never drawn to attack others verbally or physically, although some of you may have occasionally found yourself in this type of situation. You may have thought of yourself as weird, an outsider on the outside, looking in, and wondered why. Simply, your state of consciousness was not in alignment. The majority of the ideas, rules, behaviors considered important to those around you, but as a young man or a young person, you did not understand this. This is only one there there is only one divine consciousness manifesting itself, and all itself qualifies as everything that exists, all life in all life forms. Other life forms do not act like human because they were not intended to. They represent the divine idea in the mind of God for their particular life form. God did not limit itself to forming itself only as human, and the belief that humans are the pinnacle of God's creation above all other creation is once again simply false and very three-dimensional. Since God is all there is, since God is all there is, there could be a person possibly come from, or what could he be formed of if there was only one substance. Take your personal realization of oneness to new levels. Begin to see the world not so much as a planet filled with people who do not know who they really are, but to where you see through the beliefs they hold about themselves and know the truth about and for them. You did not come to change the world through the three-dimension activities, although these things may at times be necessary. When you watch the news, see people when shopping or our friends say to it to yourself, I recognize you, divine consciousness in manifestation. It can be done in a second, and soon will become your state of consciousness manifesting automatically. This does not mean you accept or embrace the three-dimensional actions and beliefs of others, but means that you see through them. If someone needs some time in jail, so it be. If someone falls flat on their face through drugs or alcohol, so it be. For behind all things exists choice that may extend back hundreds of lifetimes and may even be a part of their choice learning process. Your job is not to save everyone from the three-dimensional choices, even if the solutions are boundary clear to you. Have your hand ready to grab the hand that may be reaching out, seeking something higher and better. But do not force anyone to live their chosen creations. Hold the light of truth in your consciousness always. Recognize that the same light is in every person you meet, hear about, know about personally. This is the work you came to do. There is only one omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, divine consciousness manifesting itself in and as infinite form and a variety. Ask yourself, do I really believe this? We are the Arcturian group. Namaste.